Hi everyone, welcome to the Consulting Couch. Here we discuss all things consulting. Today I, Khyati, and my friend Anas will be discussing the entire consulting interview process in detail. So let's first start off with the consulting interview process. These interview processes are generally very lengthy and they have a proper structured process that typically includes multiple rounds and spans across months. As you can see, there are mainly five stages in the interview process, namely selection of target consulting firms, making a CV and cover letter, screening games and tests. Then there are case interviews and guesstimates. And finally, there are some HR rounds and partner interviews. We will now be going into detail in each stage one by one. First, Anas will be taking you through how to select target consulting firms.
In this slide, we are going to give you an selection of target consulting firms. It will be an overview of consulting firm types, key career considerations, and application tips for aspiring consultants. Now, first one is types of consulting firms. Firstly, we have Big Four versus Big Three versus boutique firms. Big Four firms are characterized by their global reach, involvement in diverse projects, and well-structured career paths. They often offer extensive resources and a broad range of services, providing significant brand recognition and opportunities for professional growth. Big Three. They are known as MBB, McKinsey and Company, BCG, and Bain. These firms are leaders in strategy and high impact projects. They offer prestigious opportunities and rigorous career development paths. Boutique consulting firms. Now, these firms focus on specialized areas such as real estate, fintech, etc. They provide an in-depth expertise and a more intimate team environment. They often offer quicker advancement opportunities due to their concentrated focus and smaller team size. Then we have specialist versus generalist firms. Specialist firms have deep expertise in specific industries or functions. They provide opportunities to develop specialized skills and become an expert in a particular field. They often deliver highly tailored solutions. Now, if I have to talk about generalist firms, these firms offer a broad range of services across multiple industries, providing consultants with the opportunity to work on a variety of projects and gain diverse experience. They are ideal for those looking to develop a wide skill set. Now, example of specialist firms can be ZS Associates, which is focused majorly on pharma industry. Oliver Women, generalist firms can be Accenture, IBM Consulting, etc. The third category is global versus local. Global firms offer international opportunities and exposure to diverse cultures, enabling consultants to work on multinational projects and gain experience in different markets around the world. They often have offices in many countries and serve a wide range of global clients. Whereas on the flip side, local firms have a strong regional presence and focus on serving clients within a specific region. This often leads to a deeper client relationships and a more significant impact on local businesses. They are ideal for those who prefer to work within a particular region. Now we are going to discuss about key factors to consider while selecting a target consulting firm. The first one is culture and values. Consider the alignment of the firm's culture and values with your personal beliefs. This include the workplace atmosphere, company's mission, and overall ethos. Finding a firm where you feel comfortable and supported is crucial for long-term satisfaction and success. Career pathways. Looking at Looking at the availability of training programs, mentorship, promotion tracks, and opportunities for skill development. The structure and support for career progression can significantly impact your professional growth and satisfaction. Third one is work-life balance and compensation. Evaluate typical work hours and travel requirements, flexibility, and remote work policies in your firm. Understand the firm's experience and policies regarding work-life balance can help you choose an environment that suits your lifestyle and personal commitments. If I have to talk about compensation, then one has to consider the base salary, bonuses, benefit packages, retirement plans, and potential for performance-based rewards. Compensation packages can include not just financial rewards, but also other benefits that contribute to overall job satisfaction. Now we are going to discuss about research and application tips, wherein the first and the most important is networking. One has to reach out to current and former employees for insights into the firm, attend industry events, and connect on professional networking platforms. Building a network within industry can provide valuable information and potential job opportunities. Then we have gaining industry insights. One has to utilize resources like LinkedIn, Vault, and consulting forums to gain insider perspectives. Reviewing firms' websites, annual reports, and thought leadership publications can help you understand the firm's strategies, values, and market positioning. Then comes creating tailored applications. One has to customize resume and cover letter to highlight relevant skills and experiences that match the firm's requirements. Demonstrating a clear understanding of the firm's values and how you align with them shows your genuine interest and suitability for the role. So this was an overview of selection of target consulting firms wherein we discussed type of firms, key factors to consider, research and application tips. In the next slide, we are going to discuss about tips for crafting a strong consulting cover letter and resume. Now we are going to talk about CV and cover letter. Consulting cover letters and CV together form a personalized introduction that highlight your relevant skills, experiences, and alignment with the firm's values and consulting requirements. First, we are going to discuss about cover letter. First important point is alignment with the firm values. One has to begin by focusing on the characteristics valued by the consulting firms you are most interested in. Tailor each cover letter to reflect the traits listed on the firm's career page. While each firm may have unique qualities they emphasize, you can often reuse stories since most consulting firms value leadership, drive, teamwork, and creating impact. The second one is select compelling stories. Choose the most compelling stories from your experience. You might have several examples for some values, but select just one. If uncertain, opt for the story where you solved the most significant problem or had the biggest impact. Don't worry if you have another excellent story. You can share it during your consulting interviews. Quantify your achievements. Whenever possible, quantify your results, demonstrating that you increased revenue, attendance, or donations by a certain percentage effectively showcases your ability to achieve tangible results. The same applies to reducing cost or the time or effort required to complete tasks. The next one being be concise. Say no more than necessary to make your case. Recruiters often appreciate brevity as they screen thousands of applications, and concise communication will also be valued by consulting partners when you are drafting client presentations. Aim to keep your cover letter to one page. The next one is proofread thoroughly. One can utilize services like Fiverr or professional help to ensure your cover letter is free from grammatical and spelling errors. First impressions matter, so don't risk sending out a letter with mistakes, especially when you can easily avoid them for a small fee. Next, we are going to talk about CVs. The first thing is mapping experience to key skills. Now, there are three important aspects to it. One being a leadership. Highlight roles with responsibilities such as managing teams, coordinating resources, or organizing events. Problem solving. Showcase instances where you identified and resolved issues, improved processes, or conducted experimental work. Entrepreneurial drive or impact. Provide example of initiative, innovation, and contributing to team or organizational success. An example of mapping experience to key skills can be increase client retention by 45% through enhanced customer service and timely deliverables. The second one is structure your resume. So there are some standard sections which include use personal information, work experience, non-work experience, extracurricular activities, education, and additional skills and interests. Always use one pager format to ensure your resume is concise yet comprehensive. One can refer to the resume which is followed by followed by I am Ahmedabad or ISP. Consistent formatting. Use a single font, consistent styling for company names and positions, and bullet points starting with action verbs. The third and the most important can be polishing your language. Use power verbs. Enhance your achievement with strong verbs using XYZ format. Structure statements such as accomplished X by doing Y through Z for clarity. An example of such a polished language can be increased revenue by $100,000 by securing a contract after cold calling 48 companies. Avoiding common pitfalls. One has to keep it simple, like you can ensure that your resume is straightforward in content and format. And at the same time, it is relevant. Like one has to focus on the most impactful examples that demonstrate the key skills. And being honest is also very crucial. Only include truthful information that you can confidently discuss. The last but not the least is proofread and finalize. Three pass process. One can follow a three pass process, basically brainstorm content, structure, and format, and then proofread. Final checks. Ensure no spelling or grammatical errors are there and submit it as a PDF. Additional recommendations can be include GPA, relevant courses, and skills applicable to consulting. Highlight unique interest with demonstrated commitment. Screening games and test. Now, we are going to give you an overview of screening games and tests, which are followed by several consulting firms as their first round before arriving to guess estimates or case interviews. First, we'll give an overview of screening rules, like they assess problem solving skills, quantitative aptitude, and situational judgment. One can expect formats such as online tests, gamified assessments, and video based scenarios. These tools help firms to evaluate candidates' ability to think critically, analyze data, and make informed decisions. Specific examples can be McKinsey's problem solving test, or it is a time based test designed to evaluate candidates' problem solving skills and ability to derive insight from complex data sets. It consists of multiple choice questions based on business cases and requires candidate to interpret graph, chart, and text to answer accurately. Second one being ECG online case experience. It is a simulation of a real consulting project where candidates are presented with a business case and asked to analyze data, identify key issues, and recommend solutions. It measures analytical skills, business acumen, and the ability to communicate insights effectively. Bain online test. It assesses candidates' quantitative abilities, logical reasoning, and data interpretation skills through a series of multiple choice questions. It covers topics such as math, basic logic, and business problem solving to gauge readiness for a consulting work. What to expect during a test? Like one can expect timed sessions, like expect time constraints to simulate high pressure environments and which are commonly encountered in consulting projects. Variety of questions, like be prepared to for a mix of multiple choice questions, short essays, and interactive challenges that assess different aspects of problem solving and critical thinking. Feedback mechanism. Some firms also provide feedback post assessment, which can be valuable for identifying strength and areas for improvement in preparation for subsequent round. Preparation tips, like first one being practice. Engage with online practice tests and games that simulate consulting scenarios, focusing on time management and accuracy. Learning the important frameworks. Familiarize yourself with common business frameworks such as SWOT, Porter's five forces, etc., and problem solving techniques used in consulting. Practice applying these frameworks to case studies to enhance analytical skills. And stay informed. Keep up with the current business trends and consulting industry insights through publications, forums, and case competitions to enhance contextual understanding and strategic thinking. This was the overview of screening games and tests, which are usually tested by different firms such as Big Three or Big Four as their first round.
In the case interviews and guesstimates round, let's first discuss guesstimates. These guesstimates are a big part of the interview process in pre MBA roles. But in the post MBA roles, they usually become a part of the bigger case interviews that are asked. So now let's understand what are guesstimates. This is made up of two words, which is basically guess and estimate. So they are basically rough estimates made in situations with limited data. There isn't a right or a wrong answer to them. And what matters the most is the approach that you take, which is the final journey to the answer and not the exact answer that you get in the end. There are mainly three types of guesstimates. First is evaluation. This is the simplest type of guesstimate, and here you are required to approximate the value or the number of something. For example, what is the number of crows in Delhi? Or estimate the total length of barbed wire used in India. These are a few types of evaluation based questions. The next type is market sizing. This is the most famous type of guesstimate that is asked. And a few examples of this type are calculate the annual market for X-ray machines in India, or what is the number of heaters sold in Delhi. These problems can basically be solved either from the demand perspective or the supply perspective. The last type of guesstimate is the abstract guesstimates. These guesstimates don't have any particular approach for solving, and they are rarely asked. But if still a few examples of abstract cases can be what is the number of balls that can fit in an airplane, or how much paint will you require to paint the White House. Even though these abstract questions are not asked very often, it is still better to prepare for them. After guesstimates, After guesstimates comes the case interview round. Now, this is the most important aspect of a consulting interview, and usually a candidate is given multiple such case study rounds. These case studies are designed to evaluate your problem solving skills, your analytical thinking, and your ability to approach complex business problems methodically. You'll be presented with a hypothetical business scenario and will be asked to analyze it, propose solutions for it, and communicate your thought process effectively. There are broadly two categories of case interviews. First being the business cases. These include any cases that revolve around a business's financial and operational aspects, such as profit generation or sales and revenue optimization or cost management. The second category is social cases. These usually relate to non monetary and softer aspects of a business, such as how to retain the employees in a company or how to effectively manage the effectiveness of a NGO or a government organization. Now that we understand the two categories of case interviews, let's delve deeper into what are business cases. In the business cases, there are a few particular categories of cases available. First is profitability cases. Here, one has to check how to improve the profitability of a company. These cases could deal with the revenue side issues or cost side issues or both. The candidate is expected to identify the key revenue and cost heads and isolate the problem areas. The next type is a market entry case in which either a new product is being launched or or the client is entering a new geography or both. This type of case is hinged on two basic questions. Is it worthwhile to enter the market, both economically and strategically? And if yes, what would be the best way to enter the market? Another type of case is a pricing case in which the objective is to determine a methodology for pricing any product. The product could be a new invention or it could be another competitive product in the market, and you need to identify what's the best price possible for this product. The last type of case is a growth case in which you have to focus on companies that are usually already profitable but still aim to grow by a certain percentage. They can do this by increasing the market share or by selling their existing products to new markets or by selling new products to their existing customers. They can also pursue a combination of these opportunities. Now that we understand business cases, let's take a deep dive into social cases. The first type under it is pro bono cases. Government agencies and charitable organizations don't usually aim to maximize their profits. Nonetheless, they do important work that affects many lives. So, the cases like these would be centered around improving their effectiveness and their operations. Another type is employee retention cases. These cases are not directly about profits, though the loss of key employees and key skilled personnel will increase the cost of hiring new people and training the new hires, and thus will hurt the profitability of these organizations with high turnover. And the candidate is expected to find the solutions to such problems. The last case type is industry dynamics cases, which are focused on the landscape of a certain industry and its competitive dynamics. These cases are about the big picture strategic issues that must be taken into account to compete effectively in that industry. A lot of companies also have HR rounds, which are fit check rounds. The hours in consulting tend to be very long, and you will be spending a lot of time with your colleagues. So, here they check if you are a proper cultural fit for the firm. There are mainly two types of questions asked in these interviews. First being leadership assessments. These Assessments aim to determine your ability to lead teams, manage clients, and contribute to business growth. The next is culture fit questions. Here, the interviewers may ask you about your values, preferred work environment, and how you handle specific situations to gauge your fit for the firm's culture. These rounds could also happen in a way with the partner or with the HR because the partner also, along with the business case, wants to see if you're a cultural fit for the firm and his or her team. Now you have an in-depth understanding of all stages of a consulting interview. Hope you liked the video and learned something new. Stay tuned for more such content.